Welcome to the Instagram stories for Thursday, December 14th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. There's a lot of Instagram news to get to. I'm going to do all of the Threads news first, and then we'll jump into the Instagram news. The biggest Threads news of the day is that Mark Zuckerberg has announced that Threads is now expanding to countries across Europe. Here's the CEO of Instagram and Threads, Adam Mosseri, talking about this update, as well as another significant update, and the plans for 2024 with respect to Threads.
This week, we're launching Threads in Europe, and we're taking another step towards support for the Fediverse and ActivityPub. Now, Threads launched 5 months ago, and we're excited to be announcing today that we're launching Threads across all of Europe. And we're particularly excited about this because of football, because of F1, because of fashion, and because of all of these other amazing, rich communities that have deep roots in Europe. So please check it out, sign up, let us know what you think. The other major announcement today is a step towards Fediverse and ActivityPub support. So this is an open protocol for social networks so that they can talk to each other, and so you can actually even move eventually your followers from one app to another. Mastodon being one of the bigger ones. So starting this week, my account on Threads, as well as a few others from the team, will be able to be followed by people who have accounts on Mastodon and other servers that support ActivityPub. And this is just a baby step. We have a lot more to do. This work is taking longer than we thought, given our safety work, given our compliance work, and given all the scrutiny on our company. But over 2024, we're going to be adding the ability for post from Threads to these other servers. We're going to eventually also support the ability to show replies in Threads natively, and eventually allow you to even follow accounts on those other servers from the Threads app itself. So many more steps to come over the course of 2024, but something that we're still very committed to doing. Now, as we round out 2023, we're really excited about the progress that we've made. We have 100 million monthly active users. We're seeing communities get excited about Threads all around the world. We've launched a number of features based on feedback from all of you, but we're still far from where we want to be. We want to be the de facto platform for conversations about what's happening in the world online. And we want to be a civil place for that to happen, a place for healthy conversations. Now, this is going to take years, but I'm really excited about the prospects, particularly given our first 5 months and all of the things that we've got queued up for you that we have yet to be able to announce. So let us know down below in the comments what else you'd like to see, what you think of Threads, what you want to have come out of 2024. And I'll see you all soon. Peace.
Okay, let's talk about all of the things he said there. First, I'm happy that people in Europe finally have access to Threads. That's fantastic news. Also, I think this ActivityPub integration is very interesting. Making Threads the interoperable standard, which would give people choice about what platform they use and who they follow where on what platform, that Threads becomes an aggregator potentially at that point. I think this is a very interesting approach, very different from what we've seen from Facebook and Instagram in the past. There was an interesting Threads conversation where someone said that they don't think this whole ActivityPub, Fediverse is going to be what everyone hopes. They saw it as Meta turning on a one-way hose to broadcast what they do on Threads everywhere else. So basically, one more platform to just syndicate Threads. Good for Threads, not for other platforms like Mastodon. He pointed out that he couldn't post 2 threads from Mastodon. If someone replied to that post on Mastodon, he wouldn't see it on Threads, and so forth. Adam Mosseri replied to this and said, "Give us time. We're starting with the ability to follow Threads users from ActivityPub clients, but we will get to the ability to follow accounts from ActivityPub servers on Threads as well." I think this is a very insightful thing. I like this approach. Curious to see where it goes. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to get into some Instagram news, so stick around. And welcome back. Okay, let's get into some Instagram news. The @creators account shared that there is a new update to Instagram Live. Now, if you are on a professional account, you can go live on Instagram using streaming software like OBS or Streamlabs by using a stream key. They say in the post that we hope this helps broadcasters take their content to the next level and connect with their audiences. What does this mean? Essentially, if you want to go live on Instagram, you can use your phone, you can always do that, but this gives tools to use outside of Instagram on your phone. You could use additional cameras, external microphones, and graphics. However, this is only possible using a computer. You have to use either a desktop or a laptop by going to Instagram.com. Here's generally what to do. You go to Instagram.com, get the stream URL and key, put that into your streaming software under the create menu. And then when you go back to Instagram.com, you'll see a preview of what your stream will look like on Instagram Live. Interestingly, in the comments of this post, there's a lot of back and forth about what platforms potentially would be supported and how you could broadcast to multiple platforms at once. I will link to this in the show notes so you can check it out. Okay, now let's get into some stories tools. First, Instagram has released an AI media editing tool for customizing the backdrop of your Instagram stories. Essentially, if you take a picture and you post it into your stories, you can reimagine your image's background by entering a prompt like chased by dinosaurs or surrounded by puppies to create an entirely new image for your story. Once you've posted it, a try it sticker will appear when you share the story, so this way other people who follow you can use that same AI editing tool. And in other Instagram stories news, Instagram is rolling out its hype comments feature for stories. I'm going to pause and just say that I really like this, and it might be the thing that gets me using stories again. When you post a story, it says your friends can now add hype to your story. Hype comments are visible to anyone who views your story. You can always turn it off in settings. Guessing that this means comments appear on stories publicly instead of being replies that get sent to your DMs. Since Instagram users are so much more focused on stories and DMs than they are on feed and reels, as Instagram has reported many times, I think this is a really interesting way to capitalize on the nature of stories by adding comments and discussions to that. And the last Instagram feature we're going to talk about today has to do with notes. Are you familiar with notes? I feel like I've talked about it on this show all the time. It can be a short bit of text up to 60 characters, or you can add a song in there and other people can see, for instance, what you're listening to. And now Instagram is adding videos to that. Video notes can be 2-second loops. So not necessarily going to replace Instagram stories, but it's an interesting thing to add to the mix in terms of statuses. I really do miss that AOL Instant Messenger status though. Adam Mosseri has said over and over how popular statuses are with teens, so I think that's something to keep an eye on. Okay, there are more Instagram updates to talk about, but I think really those are the most interesting and relevant ones. That is going to do it for today's episode. Come back next time for more Instagram news, social media strategy, or other things you need to know.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave without a break or a pit stop. Still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's a type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads, at Daniel Hill Media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.